Alright everyone, so along with the Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku on JP, we also have this Super Android 17 Dragon Ball GT story event. So that's pretty cool. A new story event to grind, and it does actually have 4 brand new free-to-play SSRs that you can farm from the event, as well as some Frieza and Cell medals to awaken the GT Frieza and Cell that are on the Goku banner. And you also can get some Goku medals to awaken the STR Kid Goku that is also on the Super Saiyan 4 Goku banner. Now, the Frieza and Cell are really good support units. The Android 18 is okay. Hellfighter 17 is okay. This Kid Goku, again, I've been saying it all day, but he actually got a buff. He has Fierce Battle now, so he's actually quite good. The Frieza and the Cell, some of the ones are okay. It's just, the problem with them is that in order for them to be at their, kind of full power, they need the enemy to be, sealed or stunned, depending on which unit it is that it's attacking. And that's just not something that's very common. You don't usually have, and especially on, the toughest bosses, they're going to be immune to being sealed and stunned. So it just doesn't really work out too well. So this is the Super 17 story event here, where Dr. Mew and Dr. Garo and Hell, they're like, oh, hey, by the way, let's, do some evil concocting shit. So they create a new Android 17 in Hell, Hellfighter 17, and then Hellfighter 17, and then Android 17 on Earth. They're able to kind of connect their hearts, and it opens up, a portal to Hell, and it, revives, all of the previous villains, too. It's, some really goofy type shit. I feel as though it should have been a lot better and a lot more interesting than it ended up being. I think the big problem with the arc is that, never ever before has it been more of everyone standing around just waiting for Goku. You can say what you want to about Dragon Ball Super, but Dragon Ball Super did create a situation where, many characters were actually quite useful. Vegeta, Frieza, Android 17, Android 18, were all, really, they had, good feats. They did good things in the Tournament of Power. That's a really positive mark for Dragon Ball Super, whereas Dragon Ball GT, for the most part, is everyone just standing around waiting for Goku to save the day. It happens in the Baby Saga, happens in the Super 17 Saga. It's cool when Vegeta comes back in the Shadow Dragon Saga, but again, still, it's just, Goku to save the day. So that's the thing about Dragon Ball Super, too. You think about it, and it's Goku, Frieza, and 17, beat Jiren together, right? Well, I guess, here's the thing. Ultra Instinct Goku did defeat Jiren. He was about to knock him off right as Ultra Instinct ran out. But then, it was actually, the 3 of them working together who got, the official KO rather than just Goku by himself. I don't know. It was fun. I really liked the Tournament of Power. So here, remember, the Trenchcoat one, by the way, is normal Android 17. People always get this confused because, they know what 17 looks like from Dragon Ball Z, and then they see Hellfighter 17 and 17, and they think the Trenchcoat is the Hellfighter one, but the Trenchcoat, that's the normal 17 from Dragon Ball Z, and then the one that looks like 17 from Dragon Ball Z, that's Hellfighter 17. So that's it's a little confusing, I guess, but that's the way it is. So this story event, by the way, is going to be pretty cool in that, again, there's the 4 free-to-play SSRs to farm, and a couple of them are quite good. Both the Cell and the Frieza are very strong free-to-play cards because they are support-type units. And support-type units are always very valuable. I think the only thing that really kind of hurts is the fact that the Frieza and Cell, they don't have any categories as of now. So, they're not really, they're very limited. I think Cell in particular, he could be pretty interesting when there is an Android category. I think the Android, all these new Cell cards, the Cell Angel, the World Tournament Cell Perfect Form card, now this GT Perfect Cell plus, Cell's Easy A, all of a sudden there was just a shit ton of, Cell cards that were just released. So I'm going to be really curious to see, where is my boy Ultra Instinct Goku? There he is. I wanted to go ahead and run that team. So I'm going to be very curious to see like what the lineup for an Android category team is going to look like, especially if we might eventually get some sort of LR for some of those Androids. I'm actually, at this point, that's like one of the categories I'm really looking forward to the most, because, you know, Super 17, a lot of these cell cards like really need a category for themselves to shine. And yeah, I'm looking at the physical cell that we can grind from this stage. He is crazy. Extreme type allies key 2, attack and defense 25%. And he recovers 7% HP at the start of the turn. And he does supreme damage and seals on super. Like, he's fucking insane. That's just a farmable card you get from here. Like, it's crazy. And his links, he's got shocking speed, nightmare GT. Like, this cell, that cell is like low-key better than the summonable cell. Is nuts, bro. So they are continuing the trend of really good free-to-play units. And the way this stage works, by the way, if we go to the right side and fight Cell, we can get not only the Cell card, but we can also get the Cell medal. So, here, let me do that. We'll probably give all of these SCR orbs to... Well, no, I fucked up. Whatever. Well, I'll just do that. So, Cell, right? You can get him and his medal by going the right side and fighting Cell, and then by going to the left side and fighting Frieza, you can get his card, and then you can get Frieza's medal. You need the medals from both of these units here to awaken the summonable ones. And then that Goku medal that we can get in the last stage, you use that to awaken the GT base form Kid Goku. You also need some medals from the Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku boss event 2. That's why I was so upset when he had like Shattering Limit or Rebirth. Like, there was just no reason, and it just unnecessarily held that unit back. But for whatever reason, they decided to switch it. I guess maybe the Japanese player base was complaining about it, because usually when they do make complaints like that, Akatsuki does listen to them. If you guys can recall, when Physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks was shown off, he was significantly worse than they ended up making him. They decided to actually like significantly buff that unit. Here, let's go ahead and use a movie boss category team. Why not? There's a Turles. This new friend system is just so godly for, you know, finding like any kind of leads. Like, before, finding a Turles movie boss category leader would be pretty tough. Now I'm able to find them quite consistently, and of course the movie boss team is one of my favorite teams in the game. Turles as a unit is just like, he's so crazy good. The only downside to Turles is like the chance that he might transform, but as long as he doesn't transform, he's one of the best units in the game, and easily the best support type unit in the game. That 3 key and 40% attack he gives, like, makes every unit just way, way better. That's why the movie boss category team is going to be so good, is because you're going to have 2 of those Turleses, which, like, you can only do on that team, since, you know, obviously he's the leader of the team. And then right here, here's where Android 17 is kind of like being controlled by Hellfighter 17, and he ends up killing Krillin right here. This is Krillin's one death in Dragon Ball GT, and that causes Android 18 to be enraged. Another thing I need to check. Ooh, we should really... I'm going to have to check this immediately after this, but I noticed that Android 18, the GT Android 18, was not... I can't even get a super attack. Damn. The GT Android 18 was not on the Peachy Peachy Gal category, the sexy girl category. And that is bullshit. I know they are not about to say that Rib Rianne deserves to be on the category, but my girl GT Android 18 does not deserve to be on the Peachy Peachy Gal category. What are you doing, Akatsuki? Chill. This stage, I believe, this is where you farm Hellfighter 17, I believe. I think there's another stage where you can farm the Android 18 as well. The Android 18, she's okay. No, this is the stage where you get 18 right here, and then the next stage is where you get Hellfighter 17. Okay. That makes sense, because we didn't fight our boy Hellfighter 17 right here. And then most of the other stages are kind of just like filler stages. They don't really give anything too crazy, just, you know, items like Dendays. The first stage does give you gravity chambers. That's pretty useful. Okay, so before we hop into stage 4, let me see if GT Android 18 is on the Peachy Peachy Gal category. She is not. You're shitting me. You have got to be fucking kidding me. GT Android 18, not good enough to be on the Peachy Peachy Gal category? Get the fuck out of here. Look at that. That's a woman right there. Akatsuki, you clowns. Clowns! Does she have any category at all? Clowns, bro. Absolute buffoons. What fools. Jesus. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. If they don't add her to the Peachy Peachy Gal category, whoo! Your boy is going to be big mad. Big, big, big fucking mad. Let's use... Oh, hey, look. There's a full power Goku awakened already. Let me go ahead. Here, we'll bring a Potara team. How about the Potara team? Coming to Global very soon. I'm expecting LR Super Vegito and Super Gogeta to be on, like, the 9th or the 10th for Global, by the way. So here's where, like, a whole bunch of villains from the past are kind of, like, resurrected from hell and show up. They really could have done a lot with this. Like, they could have made, like, a new... Like, I think Cooler was shown for a split second. Android 19 is here. Rildo, like, there's so much shit. Here, we'll go ahead and fight a Cyberman. And we'll fight, our boy Rildo here. I know for a while, I believe it's Gohan, actually fights Rildo for quite a while. That's another reason I was kind of thinking, like, ooh, we really could see Metal Rildo actually get an awakening here, because he does show up in the Super 17 saga, but they decided not to awaken him for now. There will be, usually what they do with the GT cards, by the way, too, is they kind of release them in batches. They will definitely, in the future, do a Shadow Dragon story arc, plus I'm sure, you know, we might get, like, an LR Gogeta, LR Omega Shenron, you know, LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, you know, LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta that, you know, transform into, like, LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. We eventually will get all of that stuff, so there is still plenty of time for them to kind of, you know, awaken some of these other units. Oh, you know what other unit did not awaken that really should have is the Super Saiyan 2 GT Kid Goku. The Super Saiyan 2 GT Kid Goku really should have gotten an awakening because I think it is that he does fight Super 17. I think he's Super Saiyan 1, though. You know, Super Saiyan 1 and 2, usually it is kind of hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure that card was supposed to be from his fight with Super 17, because, again, for whatever reason, Goku decides, nah, we don't need to go Super Saiyan 4 right away on this man. Let's just dick around for a little bit. And then here's the other thing they could have done is they could have released a new Nappa, because as you guys see, Vegeta does encounter Nappa here in GT, and it is very comical because Vegeta absolutely just shits on him and one-shots him. I've always loved that moment. It's like Nappa shows back up. Oh, Vegeta, I'm going to get my revenge. And then Vegeta is just like, goodbye, Nappa. Like, my boy, I'm going to have to send you right back to hell, my boy. The only thing I was just thinking about is this is, I guess, kind of a longer stage. So this one certainly could be annoying in terms of actually farming up the Hellfighter 17, because this is a stage where you farm him. So Hellfighter 17, by the way, the int summonable one, now does have a actual farmable attack. It was always pretty easy to raise his SA levels anyway, because there was the Tech SR Hellfighter 17. That's actually the one that we fight right here. But now there's actually like an official farmable card to farm his SA with, which, to be honest, maybe it was kind of unneeded, but I do like that they gave us, he is an extreme AGL card. So now, you know, I think you can build like a full Android extreme AGL team. I certainly will have to kind of test that out, because, you know, you have Super 17, you have Trenchcoat 17, you have Future Android 18, you have the LR Androids, you have Hellfighter 17, that's 5, you could do Angel Cell is 6, that's a full Android Extreme AGL team, so that'll be cool, that will be a cool one. You could also do Metal Rildo, you know, he's a machine mutant, that kinda is like a similar-ish thing, because they kind of say that Hellfighter 17 is more of a machine mutant than like the cyborg or the android from Dragon Ball Z anyway, Because I know at one point it's like, oh yeah, by the way, Dr. Mew is the only one I'm listening to, Dr. Garo, so just like, fuck, just get the fuck out of here. Like, goodbye, my boy. Get cucked again like he did in Dragon Ball Z. Alright, so now we'll move on to stage 5 and 6. These are like the two pointless stages, I guess is what we can call them. I think I'm going to run I'll run a Hybrid Saiyan team too. Like, while going through these story event stages, I don't want to just use like the same team over and over. Oh, here's where Vegeta fights Super 17. He has a good moment. He does actually use his final Shine attack too against Super 17. But obviously it doesn't work out very well because Super 17 is able to, like, you know, he has like this little energy absorption barrier shit that he does. So that's why, like, he is able to, like, body basically all of the Z fighters until Goku kind of figures out what to do, and then, you know, takes him down with the Dragon Fist with the help of Android 18. I think that one thing I love about GT is, like, right around here they decided, oh yeah, right. When Goku did the Ryuken, the Dragon Fist, in that one movie, that was like the fucking sickest shit ever. So why don't we just have him do that again? I love that. It's like, yo, that was like the most cold-blooded shit we've ever seen. Let's just have him bust it out again out of nowhere. Like, no one is complaining, because we all have been asking for a Super Saiyan 4 Goku that could go on the Shadow Dragon category, right? And we finally get it, and of course the one we've always wanted is the Dragon Fist Super Saiyan 4 Goku from that arc, and that's exactly what we got. Alright, so there's 2 more stages. Right around here, this is where kind of all the Z fighters get beaten. None of them really have a chance against Super 17. This is another big mistake by GT, is like, at the very least, I do think Majub really should have been able to put up a fight at least. Like, Majub, you know, Dragon Ball Z ends with kind of like the implication, like, oh, you know, Goku, you know, has found his inheritor of his strength, right? Like, you know, he's going to train Majub, like, Oob, and then Oob will be able to carry it on. And then in GT, he gets beat by Baby, and then, like, he kind of, like, you know, fuses with Fat Boo or whatever it is that they do, and then he becomes Majub, and then he just proceeds to get dominated, like, every time he fights after that still. It's like, it really would have been cool if, like, there was, I don't know, an arc where Oob actually got to do shit. And then, you know, we get Dragon Ball Super, too, and it's like, oh, okay, so now we're gonna finally get to see Oob in action, and, like, they proceed to tease us a bunch with Oob, but then they never actually show him. Okay, so I believe Hybrid Saiyan is this one? Yeah, that's Hybrid Saiyan, okay. And then there is an Ultimate Gohan right there. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So, we now have every slot filled up on the category listing, by the way. Now, I don't think that's a big deal. I think what they'll do is they'll just add, like, a button in the bottom left corner or so, which will allow you to kind of, like, go between, like, like 2 pages, right? You know, scroll through. I suspect we probably will see the next Dokkan Fest, I think maybe around either the very end of July or like the first week of August will probably be the next Dokkan Fest on JP, because this whole campaign, like the Strip of Wishes campaign, does last the entire month of July. So, and in the news, it did specifically mention that there was going to be 2 Dokkan Fests during July, so like during this campaign. So I'm not really too sure that we're gonna see like another one actually take place in July. I do think we'll get probably like another LR banner or something. Actually, it's gonna be very curious to see what happens, because we know LR Metal Cooler is gonna come from Battlefield, and then of course there's gonna be the new Super Battle Road stages as well. Wait, did I say that right? We know Metal Cooler is coming from Dokkan Battlefield. I might have said that wrong. And then there's going to be new Super Battle World stages later on in the month as well. Now, I am thinking we'll probably get like a new LR or something. Like, we'll need some sort of reward for that. So we probably will see another day to download in maybe like a week's time or something like that. I know people are probably gonna be like, what? More LRs? Nani? LRs don't even feel special anymore. And it's like, I don't know about y'all, but LRs still feel plenty special to me. I don't have any problem with the amount of LRs they're dishing out. I still, you know, especially free-to-play LRs. Like, the Metal Cooler, my free-to-play LR Metal Cooler, he's the best free-to-play LR in the game. Like, hands down. I know a lot of people still like LR Vegito Blue, but Metal Cooler can attack multiple times. That's like kind of the big thing with him. So Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super 17 have a pretty long fight. They fight in that cool forest area. And then, you know, at one point Goku, you know, tries to blow up and take Super 17 out that way. Then 18 shows up. And then combined with 18's attack, Goku is actually able to defeat Super 17 with the Dragon Fist or the Ryuken. One thing I really like is they, like, in the GT Kid Goku, the SCR one that just came out on this banner, Android 18 is there in his super attack as well. Like, they really have put a lot of effort into a lot of these super attacks nowadays, which I absolutely love. Now, you know what's funny too is they didn't decide to cut Goku and like take him off of the pure Saiyan category because 18 is in a super attack or anything like they did with Vegeta. Although I guess the thing with the, I'm referring to the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma cards, but I guess, you know, technically Bulma is in like the card name, but I still see no reason why that card could not have been in the pure Saiyan category, because that's a card that's just sitting there without a category. And I also think it was a card deserving to be on the full power category as well. So it's like they made that card with counters like too strong, and they're just like, fuck that. He's too good. We're not going to give him a category. Like, I hate that. They've released so many units lately that don't have categories. Like, all these new Cell and Frieza cards don't have categories. Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma. Like, that's a bad look. I don't like that. So, here's where 18 kind of peppers Super 17 with Blast. So, he activates, like, his energy absorption technique. And Goku noticed that he's wide open while doing that. So, he's like, oh, yeah, you go ahead and absorb those, my boy. I'm going to just hit you with this shit right here. And he's like, oh, fuck. I love it because it's like, yo, there's that shot of Cell, like in Dragon Ball Z, where he's like laughing at the final flash. He's like, ha, ha, ha. Oh, shit. Like, Super 17 does the same thing, bro. He's just like cool. And then he just sees that fucking dragon roaring forward. He's like, oh, shit, son. So, that's the full event, by the way. Got it taken care of. I'm going to be grinding the shit out of this to get the Cell and Frieza to SA10 and stuff. And I really, like, that Cell is so good. I was actually thinking, like, boy, I would love to rainbow that extreme physical, like, Cell card. But he's not in a category. That's the only reason I don't really want to do it. But he's just such a solid unit. And then, uh-oh! The Dragon Balls are cracked. So a teaser for the Shadow Dragon story arc, which I'm sure we will see eventually. At this point, it's been almost a full year since they last released GT cards. So, I don't know, maybe like in November or December, they might do like another GT thing. Or we could have like a Shadow Dragon story arc, and they could release some more GT cards, maybe like an LR Gogeta or Super Saiyan 4 Goku or one of those cards would be very, very cool. But, alright guys, so there is the Super 17 story arc. A lot of good shit to get from here, so make sure you guys grind that up. Especially these Cell and Frieza are very, very good cards for free-to-play cards. They are very strong. The 18 and Hellfighter 17 are okay. And then, of course, you need the medals to awaken him and these two as well. So, alright guys, that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all later.